Each and every day when you wake up, you look at the window, you see the evergreen, the sunshine. You go to your children's bedroom, you say good morning. You say good morning to your wife, you say good morning to your husband. You go to the bathroom, you bath, you put on that necktie, and then you go out. You go to that company that you work for. Each and every day that comes, that's the daily routine that you do. But in everything that you do, there must be a reason why are you doing what you're doing. Each and every day, you wake up in the morning, you bath, you put on your necktie, you go in that office. Why are you going to that office? There must be a reason. There must be a reason. And each and every time when you come on social media, you come to watch some videos that are entertaining you, some videos that are motivating you, some videos that are educating you. Why are you doing that? There must be a reason. And each and every time when I come on this platform, I do my videos, I make my videos, and I tell you to say everything that you do in your life, there must be a reason. Which is indeed, there must be a reason. There is a story that I would love to tell you. The story of the rich man. And this story is entitled, Who Owns the House? Who Owns the House? There was this man who was living in a certain village. He was very rich. Very rich. This man had 2 wives and he had 4 children. In the first wife, he had 2 girls, which is the firstborn and the secondborn. And he didn't want girls. Like, okay, I don't want to have girls. If I'm going to continue having children, like female children, who is going to take over my companies? He said to himself to say, no, I need to take a second wife. They sat down with the first wife, they discussed, and the second wife allowed that to happen. And he went to marry another wife. And in that wife, he had 2 children, which is 2 boys. Among these 2 boys, there was one who was different. You see? There was one who was so different. This family really loved each other. Whether that is the first wife or the second wife, they were sitting down together, having stories, chatting together, and seeing what the future holds for them. This man, he thought to say, no, my time is up. I think I need to divide my properties to my family. So, upon thinking that, he called his family, the 2 girls and the 2 boys, and the 2 wives. He sat them down and he started telling them to say, my dear wives and my dear children, I hope you've been living a good life with me. I've been giving you everything that you want. I've been taking you different luxury places. But I'm here to tell you to say that I think my time is up. Anytime, any day, I'm going to die. For him, he thought that he's the first person who is going to die. Unfortunately, the first wife died first. So this rich man, he thought to say, my wife has died. This is the wife that I married. And he started selling his properties. He had companies, he sold some, and he remained with some. And he had so many mansions, so many houses, he sold some, and he remained with one house. This is why it is now getting interesting. His children, they were going to school, these schools we call international schools. They had good results at the end of the day. They went to the university, and then at the university they had good results. His children focused on their father's properties and their father's riches. But there was one child who was so different among these four. So as the time was going, as the time passes, the man died. And the second wife said, this is my time to shine. This is my time to live my life. Since he has left these properties and he has left this house to stay with these four children. She started staying with those four children. They lived like a family. She did not mind to say, oh, these two children or these males were born in the first wife, but she took care of them. At the end of the day, one day she woke up in the morning and she said to herself to say, since I have all these properties, I think it's time to sell them. And if I sell them, I'm going to use the money for some other things. Indeed, she sold the properties and she collected the money and she gave that money to her own family, not to the children, but to her own family. She gave the uncles, she gave the brothers, she gave the mother, and they continued living. The different son told the mother to say, Mama, I think I'm moving out from their house. I need to live my own life. Since my father took us to school and I went to the university, I think it's my time to go and live my life. This guy went. He left the house. And at the house, they remained 3 children. This woman continued selling the properties and businesses. At the end of the day, she sold everything secretly without the children knowing, to say the mother sold everything. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, this woman collapsed and died just because she had so many pressure from families and from the outside world. She collapsed and died. There remained 4 children. The other one left their house. These children, they remained at the house, which is a very big mansion. And these 3 children, they continued staying there at the house, while there was one business which the mother left. They were selling clothes. They were selling different things in that shop. It was more like a boutique. And these children, they sat down, the 3 of them. The other guy was excluded. Why? Because they said, this guy, he has excluded himself from us. So we are going to live our life here. These children, they sold the business. They divided the money to the to themselves, the three of them. The other guy was working in different fields, and he bought a certain land somewhere. Now, these children, they started having some quarrels. The two girls started fighting the boy to say, you were born in the other woman, not in our mother. You were born somewhere, so you're not included to this property. They started fighting. So they sat them down, the family member, they sat them down to say, you guys are fighting over this house. Who is the owner? This one is saying, since I'm the elder son here, I'm going to get this property. Since I'm the elder sister, I'm going to get this property. Since I'm the last born in this family, I'm going to set this property. I'm going to take it. And then the elders decided to say, no, let's sell this property. We divide the money. And they sat them down, they sold the property, and they divided the money. Yeah, who owns the house? Who owns the house? These three, they went out. They had a good lifestyle. They spent all their monies and they started back to square one as if their father did not leave anything behind. Even the things that they were given by the father, they sold them. They did not consider to work for themselves. All they considered was to eat their father's money instead of developing that money, but they squandered the money until to the point whereby they cannot survive. The women got married. The other guy started roaming the street. He started roaming the street. And the other guy, he was living somewhere. He had a good job. He had a good land. And he bought another land, which was a farm. And he saw his brother suffering. While these sisters, they're married, they're living well. And he called his brother. He took him from the streets. He called him to say, let's go to my house. And he told him to say, do you remember the moment I said that I need to live my life? Our father sat us down and I told him to say, I need to live my own life. I need to have my own properties. You remember that? He said, yes. I did that because I saw this coming. I wanted to survive on my own. What if my father wasn't there? What if my mother wasn't there? How am I going to survive? See how I'm surviving. I've got my own farm. I've got my own kettles. I've got my own company. And I'm living my life. You see, this story, the way it is right now, this story, it's one of the beautiful stories. And one day I sat down and I started thinking about it, meditating upon this story. And this story taught me some lessons that I think I can share with you. And the first lesson is, depend not in your parents. You know, so many guys, so many young people right now, even elder people right now, they are so dependent on their parents. Everything they want their family or their parents to provide for them. And this is what we are living. You find that as days goes on, these people or these parents of ours, let me say, you find that their energy is up, their time is up, and then they leave the world, maybe they die. You find that as children, we are suffering because we are depending on our parents so much. We are depending on our parents so much that we cannot do our own thing. Our parents, they can take us to school. Some of us, we've been taken to school. They've given us everything. Some of us, they've given us businesses. Some of us, they've given us a lot. But we've failed to hold on what we've been given. We cannot wake up. And you find that poverty is following us each and every day because we are failing to work. And the other story, or the other lesson is that schools, education is very important in our lives. What kills illiteracy is education. But I'm sorry, there's a train which is coming this side. What kills illiteracy is education. But education doesn't kill poverty. What kills poverty is how you think. We've seen a lot of people are educated, they've got degrees and masters whatsoever, but they are still poor. They are still poor. They are still living a life which is not ever pleasing, you see, which is a bad thing. There's a train, let me show you. You can see that is a train which is behind me there. See, that is a train. That is a Zambian train. Very beautiful, right? This is Africa, guys. If you hear this sound, this tells you to say we are in Africa. We are in Zambia. What a beautiful country, Zambia. Let this train pass and maybe I continue with my message. Okay, so let's wake up. Let's wake up. You find that an old man who is 20-something years or 30-something years is depending on his parents to give him everything. For what? The other day I found somebody crying to say, meaning you've abandoned us. Telling his parents, and you look at the person who is saying you've abandoned us, is big enough. And the mother responded, go and live your life. So, I hope you've learned something from this story. I hope it's going to teach you millions lesson, because this is one of the important story that I would love to share on this channel. And this story reminds me of my life. This story reminds me to say, these are realities. These are the things that are happening in our communities, in our country. These are the things that we need to change. You see? These are the things that we should look at. When our father is rich, we don't need to depend on them. One day he is going to leave. As long as he is the one who is carrying the vision of those companies, those riches. The moment he's going to die, that is the moment everything is going to die. Even that riches is going to die. You see, we fail to control things being left by our parents. If our parents left us 5 houses, you are going to find that we are going to end up selling those houses and we go back to square one. You see, if I'm having a vision and that is my own vision, you see the problem. Which means if I die today, even everything dies. This is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm so proud that I've shared this story. And please let me know what you think in the comment section. And remember to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more. You know, this channel is one of the reality channel. I show you my real experience, my life, the things that I do experience, the stories, new stories. You see? And I'm so glad today that we've learned something. Thank you so much. See you in my next. I'm out.